Hey, Jason, happy National Signing Day, or
Yep.
whatever it's worth anymore.
Happy National Signing Day to you. Yeah, it's obviously it's not as big as the early signing period, but yeah, there's still with Oklahoma having a little bit of a late start on some things. Oklahoma's really going to, I think Oklahoma's going to be in a position to sign a few more than they typically have during this late signing period today. So yeah, good.
So, one player that at various times during his recruitment has been assumed by many to be an Oklahoma signee, but then there have been other times in which it appeared as though he was weighing his options. So, Gentry Williams does make that commitment official and signs with OU.
Yeah, no, I think to your point, Mark, very, very much expected. I think when you looked at a kid like this, he was very, very high on Oklahoma throughout the years. He's been a kid that's been very pro staying in the state of Oklahoma. So I think Oklahoma always had a leg up from that perspective. I think to your point, yeah, there was some period where even before Lincoln moved on to USC, there was some thoughts that USC was in the mix for him as well. And so, a lot of people were a little bit worried given the fact that he didn't sign in the early signing period. But I think it was really, as we've mentioned a couple of times, Mark, I think it was really just him just having a level of comfortability with the new defensive staff that was coming into Norman. So had a couple of in-home visits, and then as early as soon as last week, really kind of reconfirmed that commitment to Oklahoma. So no surprise today, but obviously he's the highest ranked. According to 247 composite right now at this point, he's the highest ranked Oklahoma signee at this point. So he's going to be in an area where he'll be able to compete immediately for either for a starting job or for a for a role within the secondary. Wherever they put him, he can. He's ranked as an athlete, but I think he probably is a secondary player for Oklahoma, cornerback, safety, nickelback, somewhere in that neighborhood. So yeah, great to have him for Oklahoma, have him on board, and somebody that they've looked to, and I think it goes to show, Mark, we've talked a lot about the in-state recruiting for not only Oklahoma but just how important that is across the country for some of these teams. And I think Venables has and the staff has really showed a renewed focus on in-state kids and a renewed focus on kids that really want to be here. And certainly Gentry was one of those kids.